And JJ, welcome back to Face. How are you?
Hey, good coach. How are you? Thank you for
I'm
having me. Good morning.
it's great to have you back, JJ. So if you want, you could share your screen. And we had one heck of a week last week. One-two punch of dovish action. Do you think the is signaling the end of tightening?
I
And
I'm
go ahead.
I'm glad you asked that question because I have no clue what the Fed is doing, right? I
Yeah,
absolutely
me.
have no clue.
It's
But
honest.
but
Yeah,
as a mechanic, I can
right.
tell you that we're in another one of these beautiful sneak short squeezes that
Okay.
this market has done. This market over the last couple of months, the summer short squeeze was a beautiful squeeze.
Yeah.
And we're having another one today. We've got three gaps underneath us. Um,
Yeah, look at that.
and the gap, the gap that we're having down here, this one here, that was a two tick gap that failed to fill.
Wow.
And just
Okay.
amazing how such a small little detail can give you a little foreshadowing. When there's no supply, don't be short.
Oh, yeah.
It's something I learned from, because in the old days we would, somebody would call you from like, I was up in Canada, so we'd have guys on, one of the desks, and they'd go, hey, we got to sell out, 2 million shares of ABCD hitting the market, right? Because the guy was a no
Yeah.
pay, but
Oh,
some
yeah.
promoters, they're doing, because we had 13-day settlements, so they're always spinning debt in Canada. Often they use bulletin board paper as margin.
Collateral?
Yes, yes, with
No kidding.
13-day settlement. This was the good old days. And
Okay.
so they'd say, look, there's 2 million shares hitting the market. This guy failed to pay and he's not answering his phone. So we go sell 20,000 short. They nail it down with 2 million shares. We cover and we buy drinks that night, right? You don't short unless you know there's a seller,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
I,
Are there sellers up here, JJ, to take the market back down into the gap? I'm looking specifically at the what you have designated as halfway
as our
point,
reps.
42.57.
Yeah, I think we're going to go sideways a little bit
Okay.
because supply is underneath 4,300. It's in a distribution area right now, so it's going to take some time to slowly leak that supply out, because you might as well use that leverage that the shorts are giving us. The thing is, we as retail, we always get caught in the front end of that move instead of waiting until the market starts to slow down, until the buyers start wanting to pay that higher price. As soon as the shorts see some supply, they're going to drop their bids. As soon as they drop their bids, these order books are thin, the price drops down. And that's what we've got to wait for. Right now, there's such a strong bid at 43.47 this morning. It's exactly where the last half hour's low was on Friday. That's where they got them. They always get
Okay.
people in the afternoon on a Friday, right?
Yeah.
They always get
But
people on an afternoon on a
that's a
Friday.
great point because people let their guard down. I find that happening to me sometimes on Friday.
Yeah,
I feel, because I really don't want to initiate new stuff on Friday.
exactly. Yeah.
And
And
you go, well, okay, that's a week, and then you have some
yeah,
kind of major reversal happening or breakout
yeah. And
because
it catches
your guard is down.
exactly. And you're tired because let's face it,
You know what? True.
By Friday, I mean, look, I'm 55, so by time
Yeah.
I'm not 21 anymore. I'm 55. By the time I'm Friday, my goal as a retail trader is to take 3-day weekends. Like not be trading at month end, not be trading at the end of the quarter, not be trading on Fridays, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that why we do this? So we can, but I know when younger guys and ladies, they like the action, right?
Yeah.
So
They're
yeah,
trading the after hours sessions.
yeah, I mean, Globex is a great time to learn futures trading because it's so slow you can see, and it's just the movement of inventory. I'm actually putting a course together strictly on how to trade Globex and the scenarios of Globex based on actually the business that goes on. Because Globex is basically taking the donuts from the stale donuts at the end of the day, you throw some powdered sugar on them, and you sell them to drunk people coming out of the club at 2 in the morning.
What a
That's really
great
what
metaphor.
that's what Globex is, right?
Okay. Yeah. Why don't you send your description to them? Maybe they'll use it.
Maybe the CME will use the donut
Yeah.
analogy.
Yeah.
I just, I'm, like what we teach in our room is I call it blue collar trading. Nothing fancy. Like, where are the buyers, where are the short stuck? That's where the bid is. Where's inventory? Where the seller's going to compete? because it's usually a wholesale dominated market, right? The buyers and sellers are generally the same people, right? So, where are they going to be coming out? Okay, they're all competing at, 85 and they're all bid at 70 and the shorts are stuck underneath it from Friday at the close. So, we just teach people a process to trade in between there and, make their money and then get out.
Okay. And
Yeah.
the S&Ps are the main instrument that you
Yeah.
teach and trade, right? Nothing
The
else.
I only trade one market because I want to know it, like I only want to have one wife or one girlfriend.
Okay.
Then you get to know them, you get to really understand the market. It's all I've traded for the last 12 years, ever since I hung up
Yeah. Yeah.
stock promotion. And then it's nice because you get to know it and you get to know when not to mess with it too.
What should
Um,
people trade if they don't have a wife or a girlfriend or a husband or boyfriend?
what should they trade? Or I like
Yeah.
I like I like if you're learning, if you listen, if you're not consistently profitable, learn using the micro because you can't hurt yourself too much,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
It's
That's
a
a
great it's
great
a
advice.
Yeah, and that's what we do. We get people on the micro. It's like pee-wee football, and then you can grow. And then what we do is we have setups or processes to do business that are scalable in time and size. So, and they're based on just really simple business principles like lack of supply or too much supply. And we teach people a process to identify, test, trade, and then manage risk. So everything becomes like you train yourself like a fighter pilot trains themselves to pull the ripcord, the thing goes out of control. We teach people how to systematically get out of a bad trade without hemming and hawing. So it becomes like, it's a mechanical process that's physical. And
Okay.
yeah, that's the big
So
thing.
this is market profile, right?
Yeah, I learned using market profile because Dalton spoke to me when I was learning how to trade, and I couldn't memorize. Like I was looking at the chart before, and I give credit to those guys they've got moving averages and candle patterns, and I just couldn't memorize all that stuff because basically I'm an old market maker eye gouger, right? I didn't go to Harvard or anything, so we
Yeah.
simple. Where's the supply? Where's the demand? And how do we put a plan together to take advantage of that? And
What's
then
the subscription rate for profile if people want
I
to start using it?
I pay about I think 60 or 70 bucks a month with Sierra Chart. There's a
Okay.
Yeah, there's a company called Go Charting that's cheaper. It's web based, and all
Hmm.
the really what I do too now is I've learned profile and I've taken those concepts and I've put them on candles. So
Okay.
you can sit here and you can look at my, daily candle chart. We had this accumulation balance into distribution, came through, went underneath balance, targeted the top, and now we're,
Was there
above the
anything
middle.
telling you that we were going to have the kind of rally we had
Not
coming into early last week? There was nothing. I mean, that was a
well,
negative Friday close, right?
yeah. Well, the thing was, it those two gaps. The first little gap where those two ticks did not get filled. For me,
Okay.
as somebody who, my one of my jobs was to orchestrate short squeezes for insiders. So when I see a gap, because I used to create gaps, I like there's two ticks that didn't fill. You mean nobody in the entire world would sell under those two ticks to fill that gap, right? That
Yeah.
means there is a huge bid under there that is sucking up every contract because they're front running the gap, right? So when you
Right.
see someone front running, oh, someone's in trouble. Trades to the upside, then you have things like single prints, which are market profile things. And and when you have three gaps stacking on top of the other, I mean, that's like when I would get people short a stock at $3, open it the next day at 5, move it to 8, and the next morning gap it over 12. It's like the exact same principle. This just happens because all large traders are trained the same. We're all trained the same. There's only one way to do it on the other side, right? You're moving inventory, right? That's all we're doing, right? There's, and then we as retail have all different ways to try and interpret that business, but the business has never ever changed. It's just grab a bunch of cheap stuff and sell it as high as you can for as long as you can. And when we run out of buyers, put it on sale, just like Walmart. There's a
Okay.
lot of people forget the market part of it.
Yeah. So I just put out your Twitter handle because people could tell, you've been around the block. Okay,
You
so
know, yeah,
I
quite a
mean,
bit.
I can tell you've been around the block. I knew the first time we talked. So,
Yeah.
what are you looking to do today? Uh, give us
Today,
an idea of what your course
okay,
of action is, if any levels are touched or taken out,
definitely,
uh,
yeah,
or this week. Let's
yeah.
just leave it open to this week.
For me, for this week, for today and this week, for the larger traders, longer time frames, we're in this balance area here from 4363 to 4400, and that balance I do believe is from June, and we've been up and down through it, above it, and all of the inventory in the short term is under this 44, just at the
Yeah.
the bottom of that gap. That's where we're cleaning out all the trapped longs above that. And so if we get up over 44.15, it's a different story. But for right now, I think we'll see some back and forth between 43.60 and
Yeah.
4400, and just to trade that level back and forth. And then what I do is for my day traders, I do the same concept of balance, and I do it on a 1 minute chart. You can
Wow.
see the 1 minute is really choppy. So we had an initial balance, double it, and then you just trade the levels. I haven't taken a trade this morning because it's been really choppy and really slow. I'll wait for RTH to kind of break, and I really want to see that 43.74 overnight low get tested. Um,
Okay.
I want to see that thing take a good punch. If I was a larger time frame trader, I'd want to see that area take a good shot to see what it can take. If you go and show it some size, if you go down to 43.70 short and you show them 5,000 contracts, what's it gonna where the short's gonna step in and start buying aggressively? I'm always looking for the bid. Once I find the bid, then I know that's where I cover if I'm short. That's where I don't short. That's where I look to initiate a long if there's some price stability.
So easier to spot the bids and the offers.
Yeah, my whole job was to find the bid.
Okay.
Because my whole job when I woke, when I sat down at the desk, my older clients would call me, well, okay, kid, go find the bid. That means go sell the stock down to where there's a large buyer. There's those large short sellers will show their hand, because you'll be tapping the market down a little bit, and then all of a sudden you go to sell a little bit of size, and the bid stays, and you're like, oh, right. And then what you do is you put a bid above that bid and see if he hops you. That shows their level of desperation, right? So
Okay.
that's what we used to do when we were equity trading. Like, you see a large bid, you put one over, see if he hops you, and you keep hopping it, and then you sell into it because you need to liquidate, right? So those are the things that we kind of did, and that's what I use. You can actually see it so cool on a candle chart. You can exactly, you can see where the sellers are engaging. And right now that shorts are engaging under that 43.78, their bid to cover there. And we took a little trip, cleansed VWAP. We were in a distribution above VWAP for a couple hours right here, right?
Where
Because
is
that's
the
all,
VWAP? Is that the red line?
yeah, the purple
Oh,
lines. So yeah,
purple lines?
yeah,
Okay.
so this is our balance accumulation, and then you distribute, and then when you run out of buyers, you put it on sale right back down to balance. So the way we trade this is we do something like we have something called a look below and fail and a look above and fail. And the look below and fail is when the market looks the look below is when the market looks underneath a level and comes back up. We initiate long, stick our stop under that level, and then use these levels to take the trade off. So if you're long 5 contracts here, you sell one here, you offer one out. My method is, as soon as I'm long, I'm on the offer, so I can see if there's any if they're going to come and take it. Because that's how I was trained. As soon as I'm long, I'm on the offer. As soon as I'm short, I'm on the bid, because I want to see what's underneath me. I want to see, if I'm long product and there are no buyers, there's no sense in me being long.
Okay. And
Yeah.
your time frame is 1 day.
Oh yeah,
No
no,
overnight stuff. It's
no, no.
you're a day trader.
I'm a day trader. I had a heart attack, so I need to get my rest.
Okay.
I can't be. I wouldn't sleep if I had positions on.
Wow. How old were you when you had a heart attack?
44.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. How old are you now?
55. So yeah,
All right. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So sometimes life has to force you to
Oh
make
yeah.
change. right?
Yeah, definitely.
I know
Something.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very young for something like that. Do you attribute that to the stress of
Yeah.
trading?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was a US I was trading US securities out of Canada for offshore banks and stock promoters and things like that. So it
yeah,
was a
a lot
very
of pressure.
lot of pressure, and the people that you were dealing with, they're not exactly the nicest folks in the world.
Yeah, yeah,
And so it's always it's like kind of like trading for an alligator. You never know when they're going to turn around and snap you, you know.
yeah.
You very few clients you could actually trust. So that
Yeah.
was it was stressful, and then business, and you start doing deals, and things start happening, and partners start fighting, and it's just the money and everything looks really good. It looks great on TV, but when you're
Yeah.
in the middle of it, it's sometimes you kind of like, ooh, these people.
It's a tough business. I
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think people really realize it. They think they could read a book over the weekend and
yeah.
then do brain surgery Monday,
Exactly,
right? That's
exactly.
what Jack Schwager said. He goes, "Yeah, it's the only business people think they could
Yeah.
read a trading book over the weekend and go in and start trading."
Yeah,
It was, yeah,
he's great. Yeah, I've read all his stuff too. It's just amazing.
yeah. Well, you know what? All of us here that are hearing you today are so glad that you survived and have
Thank you.
gained all this wisdom since then, and that you're sharing it with us and other people. You know, I for me, it's exact opposite. For me to day trade is more pressure than for me to swing or position trade.
Yeah, no, and
You
that
know,
makes sense, and that's the cool thing about the market is because you can find your niche and do whatever, suits you and your lifestyle and, you know,
yeah,
that's the nice thing about it. It's just getting there that's the hard part because, nobody really tells you what to do. And so much of this stuff is unknown to people. And I think also, quite frankly, it's such a simple business concept, but we've taken it and we've made it so complicated that
yeah,
people don't know if they're coming or going, sitting or standing. There's so much information. What do you really need to know to actually make a buck? And how do you not lose all your money while you're learning? That's the thing, you know?
yeah. Do you
Yeah.
let any of this outside stuff that's happening in the world affect your psychology anymore? Like
Uh,
Mideast war and
no, I mean,
what's happening in the country, and you're still in
no,
Canada, right?
no, I'm in the UK right now.
Oh,
I met,
okay.
yeah, I met my
Oh yeah,
girlfriend
I
here.
see your
Yeah,
screen. It's
yeah,
11 degrees
yeah.
Celsius and raining, which is
Yes.
what, a typical day in the UK?
Yeah, and it's not bad. Hey, from Canada, it's like the Bahamas. It's so warm here.
Your
It just
character. Yeah.
so yeah, no, it's the news. I went through 9/11. My buddies were in that area. My traders, my market makers were across in Jersey City, and I had some friends. And it just that time I think traumatized me so much that I stopped watching news after that. So I just read the
Okay.
tape. I
Okay.
yeah, I'll read like the Wall Street Journal and Bloomberg and stuff like that. But for me, it's kind of like reading the It's like a gossip magazine about what's going on the street.
Yeah.
Who moved from what desk to what desk, and what
Price
these.
is king. Price is king.
Yeah, it's just yeah. I just want to see where the goodies are, where they're going to move them, and how can I catch a ride and then jump off before they realize I'm there. You know.
Why you moved from Canada to UK? Why did you choose the UK?
Well, my girlfriend was here, and
Okay. That's a good reason.
I really like it here. My parents lived here before I was born, so they really raised me very because I was raised in Canada. My parents I grew up watching Monty Python and
Okay.
fixing old British cars, so I fit in. And they're nice. Up in the north here, up in a place called Sheffield near Liverpool and
Okay.
Manchester, and the people are really friendly, and it's a really social place. It's nice. Yeah,
Okay. All
great,
right.
great
Well,
people.
it was nice. It's nice talking to you every 3 or 4 months, JJ.
It's great to it's
You really, feel like a kindred spirit to me with
yeah, I
the
you know
time
you're
you've been in the business and what you do and how you teach. And
yeah,
we're all appreciative. You're getting a lot of great comments today.
thank you,
People that
sir.
maybe haven't caught you prior.
Thank you. And
And
we
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
grateful to be around you because, you remind me of the guys who taught me the business. And
Oh,
I don't, they're gone now, they're gone or they're
yeah,
retired or, so I don't get those, the guys who used to smoke cigars in the office and,
yeah,
play practical jokes on you, like say, your first day, go find the key to turn on the market, they,
yeah.
they just, I miss all of that. So I love being here. It's great. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thanks so much for, uh, sharing your stuff. And it's really good stuff and give people the perspective of trying to uncomplicate, people think they need 10 screens. How many screens do you have in your office?
Just two.
See, there you go.
I've gone down that road. When I was working, I had six, and then when I was
Yeah,
tried to day trade, I had four. And I still every once in a while start looking at that Best Buy website, going maybe I should. And then I'm like, no, no, no. It's like screens are like motorcycles. You get one, and then you're like, ooh, that's nice, and they become an
yeah,
addiction. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I could trade off a laptop, period.
yeah,
I have a second screen. It's
yeah.
nice to have a little extra real estate when
Exactly.
you're using some apps and stuff.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, keep it simple, stupid. Forrest Gump type of
Oh,
trading.
yeah.
Simple is powerful.
Simply, yeah, there's some simplicity. And the other thing is we need to be able to like trading is kind of like being in a street fight. You need a clear mind so you can execute,
Yeah,
if your mind has got too many things going, and then you get punched in the face and then you don't know what to do. You don't know how to counter. And being in those, that's why sim is difficult, even though it's good to learn the software. But when you're in a real trade and you actually know that you're losing money, your head starts spinning, and it
yeah,
it happens to everyone. We're
yeah,
all
yeah.
human, right? So we
You
gotta
get
learn.
paralyzed sometimes.
Yeah, we gotta we gotta learn how to deal with that. One of my
Yeah.
traders once got stuck so bad I had to go kick his chair to wake him up.
All
But
right. Yeah. Anyway,
yeah,
JJ, great hanging out with you for
thank you, Coach.
20, 30 minutes today. And,
Thank you so much.
I wish you a great fall
You
and winter
too.
trading season, and we'll get back together in the winter.
Sounds
See how
great.
things are going for you.
Thank you, sir. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Okay, JJ, and you can
All right.
find him on Twitter once again at VWAP Trader One.
Yes,
And
sir.
as you heard, practical knowledge and mucho experience. Thank you, my trading warrior brother.
Thank you, sir. Have a
All
good
right,
day.
adios.
Thank you.
And everyone, you could join the team on the morning edge in 19 minutes. Have a great day. See everyone for Turnaround Tuesday. Adios. Don't just count your pips, count your blessings. You're welcome, Laura, Andrew, all you guys. Glad you enjoyed. You too, Luis. Adios.
Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with Forex Analytics. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like these videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the content that we provide here for free. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.